everybody, I'm Kimberly Turner from cookingwithkimberly.com, and tonight I'm going to show you a scrumptious dessert. This is fantastic for the holidays, really great for cold weather. This is how to poach Napa Valley vanilla fig balsamic fruit stew. That's right. Now I'm doing them in these beautiful stoneware ramekins, but you could do it in a pot if you wanted to on your stovetop. Tonight I'm going to do them in these just because they're really cool. They hold the heat in, they hold all that flavor in. They're a very Eastern European way to do things, and that's what I am, so that's what we're doing. These guys are from FromRussia.com. If you want to check out my reviews on them, please do so. They are fantastic. I've done a number of recipes in them. Work out every time. So I'm starting with 2 pears. I have 2 Bartlett pears that I'm going to peel and core. I'm going to slice them in half. I want them to retain their size because everything in this little fruit stew is going to be a little bit different shape and size, okay? So these guys, I want to actually be able to like spoon into it and cut it with my spoon when I'm eating it. That's my plan. I'm using a fabulous balsamic vinegar tonight. It's going to be the pièce de résistance, the thing that brings everything together nicely. This is Napa Valley vanilla fig balsamic vinegar. The top thing is mine, just because I like it. And this stuff is the consistency of maple syrup. It is combined with vanilla, bean, and fig puree, and it's combined with this beautiful aged balsamic vinegar from Modena, Italy. High quality, very delicious, nice and syrupy and sweet, unreal. And it's a beautiful addition to desserts. Make sure you check out my recipes for my desserts, baking and things with balsamic vinegar, believe it or not, okay? So let's get started with these pears. Just peel them, cut them in half, and cut that core out. So take your paring knife after you cut them in half, cut out the stem, and cut that little core part out with the seeds and the little butt end too. Try to keep them as whole as possible. Try to only cut out what you need to. So I'm going to assemble as we go. Put 2 halves in each of the ramekins. Now I have some other fun dried fruit ingredients. I have some raisins. I'm going to add about a tablespoon of raisins to each one. I'm going to add about a tablespoon of dried cranberries to each one. I have some dried papaya, maybe a half a tablespoon per each ramekin. I'm going to add 2 dates to each ramekin. I'm going to cut them in half. Make sure they don't have pits in them. If you had figs, please use them. I didn't have any on hand tonight, but that's okay. We have vanilla fig balsamic going in. So I have some dried prunes. I'm going to cut them into quarters, and I'm going to add 2, it looks like 2.5 to each ramekin. I want slightly different sizes. I don't want everything so uniform. Now I made some candied orange peel slivers the other day. Make sure you check out that recipe for that. And I'm just going to slice those guys up into little chunks and add half to each ramekin. I used 3 of them. Oh, they smell amazing. Now I'm going to use some candied ginger slices, 1 in each ramekin. I'm also going to dice those up into little tiny pieces, 1 into each. You can see how there's lots of delicious holiday flavors in here. I'm going to add 1 whole clove to each container. I'm going to put these on a baking sheet. I only need a small one tonight because I only have 2 of these. So I'm going to sprinkle a tablespoon of sugar into each one. I don't know how much sugar I will actually need, but this is a good starting point. If you need more at the end, you can do a taste test and add some more right before you serve if necessary. Now the pièce de résistance, this gorgeous vanilla fig balsamic vinegar. Delicious. Now this comes from winecountryKitchens.com. Make sure you check them out online, Wine Country Kitchens. I'm going to add half a tablespoon to each of the ramekins, roughly. You can see how it comes out as a syrup. Oh, look at that. Nice and thick. Now if you want to beef it up with any more fruit, feel free to go ahead and do that. I have it about halfway full. Now as these guys stew, those fruits that are dried are going to clump up a little bit too. I'm going to add 1 more date per ramekin. If you wanted to add apple, if you had other fruits or dried fruits you want to add, feel free to do that. You can do that. All right, the rest is going to be water. Fill them up to just underneath the lip that starts going out. So leave about an inch headspace. If you wanted to add cardamom pods, you could do that. If you wanted to add a cinnamon stick, you could do that. But tonight, we're going with that. I want to make sure I taste that gorgeous balsamic. That's the point. Now, all right, I also want to add a nice little pat of butter to each one before I throw them in to the oven. All right, lids on. Preheat your oven to 350 degrees. These guys are going to go for roughly 20 to 25 minutes. You just want to make sure that the pears are done through, which that should be adequate time, plenty of time. So that's it. We'll see you in a minute. I'm going to add one little dash of salt. Salt just accentuates the sweetness. It just makes everything more well-rounded. Just a hint of it. And my oven is preheated to 350 degrees. In they go for 25 minutes. Let's check these. Perfect timing. We just finished eating dinner. Ooh, these are going to be hot. Now, what I'm checking for is just to see if those pears are tender. And they are, beautifully. Okay, I'm going to stir this up a little bit just to see what's going on. Everything's all nice and rehydrated. I'm going to have a taste test to make sure that the seasonings are balanced. It smells wonderful. Wow. That's really good. Okay, it's always great to do this taste test because it's important to find out what's really going on. I'm going to add 1.5 tablespoons more to each ramekin of sugar and another tablespoon of Napa Valley vanilla fig balsamic vinegar to each ramekin. It's always better to start with a lower amount because you can't take away once you've added. But you can always add a little bit more. Okay, so now it's important to do one more taste test. So lids back on, and I'm going to put them back into the oven for at least another 5 minutes just to make sure that sugar is dissolved and everything is mixed lovely. I can't wait to eat this. Oh, can't wait to eat these. Beautiful. Now I'm gonna have to let these guys cool for a couple minutes before I can put them on a plate to serve because they are super duper hot. I'm gonna wait 5 minutes. It's gonna hold the heat inside, but it will have cooled off a tiny bit on the outside. Well, what's left to do but to show you how beautiful these guys are. Let me see. Show you this one. You can see that liquid is a beautiful brownish color from the balsamic. Lovely. The fruit broth looks nice and thick. So there's nothing left to do but try it. Oh, nice piece of the pear. Maybe I can show you better like this. You can see here I've got a pear with plump cranberry. Oh, that's good. Fantastic. Let's get some of this other dried fruit. Oh, it's just melting in your mouth. Look at that, all prunes and dates and raisins and cranberries. A little bit of spice. Fantastic. The vanilla fig balsamic gives a beautiful complexity, a lovely sweetness, a richness, and a lovely color to the fruit liqueur here. Oh, it's good all by itself. Get some prunes and some, oh man, so delicious. What a lovely fruit stew for a cold day outside. I got a little hit of that citrus peel. What a tasty surprise. That's good. Lovely. I can't wait to serve Mom. She's gonna love this. Fantastic. I hope you try this recipe out. So simple. You can, if you have dried fruit like I do in the pantry, you know, it's a nice surprising dessert you may not have thought of. This beautiful Napa Valley vanilla fig balsamic vinegar, very versatile. I've used it for so many different things. Not only does it go well with desserts and on ice cream and berries and things, but it's great in vinaigrettes and in savory dishes as well. So it's an exciting vinegar, and they have a whole line of them at winecountryKitchens.com. Make sure you get out there, check them out online, and You're gonna have a beautiful array of these balsamics, all different fruit ones. Out of this world. I could have used any one of them in here and it would have just been a fantastic dessert. All right, so that's how you do it, folks. That's how you cook a Napa Valley vanilla fig balsamic fruit stew. Ta-da! All right, follow me on Twitter at Cooking with Kim E with a capital E. Like the fan page at facebook.com/cookingwithkimberly. My shows are on ifood.tv/cookingwithkimberly, youtube.com/cookingwithkimberly, and you can find me syndicated on Roku. Come to my website at cookingwithkimberly.com and subscribe, interact with us, and let us know what's going down in your culinary world. All right, be a champion in your kitchen and eat deliciously. Bye.